Alright, howdy folks! We are back to stream after a few days. This is a trial run because I have now started cat sitting for 2 weeks and I'm gonna see how Kitty does with me chatting and reacting to stuff in the background. She's still a little skittish, so if I'm a bit quieter and more subdued today, that's why. I might also have to pause and go check on her because she's so far not gotten into trouble, but sometimes she tries to go up on high places that she should not be, so if I have to be like, oh my god, I gotta go, that's probably why. But yeah, we're gonna try something new today. Hey Mountain Dew, how's it going? Welcome on in. Oh, did I just spook her? Oh, hi darling! I'm making noise, I know, you're being very brave. I will also be cooing and talking to her in the background, so you'll have to deal with that. But yeah, we are trying out a game called Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. This has been on my radar for a while. I forgot it was releasing this month, so when it popped up, I was super excited. I think it's like 6 to 8 hours, so I think we'll get 2 or 3 streaming sessions out of it, unless I have to stop early with Kitty. And I've heard there's some, save file issues and glitches that are happening, so I'm hoping we won't encounter those, but if it does, we'll just roll with it. And yeah, I'm really excited. So the basic premise, it's like Greek mythology meets musical, and I really like the art style. I love musical theater, and the voice acting cast sounded really good, so I'm super excited to experience this game. I'm doing pretty good. I'm getting used to having a cat. Oh, Shadow, what scared you? It was a cord. Getting used to having a cat around the apartment again. It's kind of like babysitting a toddler until she gets used to things and kind of knows the boundaries and stuff, but it's been nice. So we've had a pretty chill weekend. And yeah, it should be a fun time. So we are going to start up a new game. Now I did do just a couple like 10-second tests to get the audio stuff adjusted. Hopefully it's fine. However, I did notice that anytime I try to do a new game now, it only showed a land acknowledgement the first time, and I haven't gotten it ever since, which is a bit of a bummer. I really wanted to get that on stream. So I'm gonna try new games, see if it pops up, and if it doesn't, I know it's in the credits, but I'll just pass on a resource in the meantime if it doesn't show up here. Or if it does, regardless, I'll share it. But yeah, just something to note. And I guess with that, we're gonna hop right in. So let's do a new game. Okay, yeah, it does not. So let me actually just say a couple words real quick and then we'll jump into it. So, I don't recall the full land acknowledgement, but there was mention of Treaty 6 territory in the land that we call Canada. And I wanted to share a resource for any folks who are interested in learning more about Indigenous peoples on this land and their specific territories. We have a website called native-land.ca. It does have a treaty filter, so if you'd like to learn more specifically about Treaty 6, the history and the goings-on there, that is a great place to look. So I encourage folks to check that out. All right, let's, and it looks like, oh, it's here. Perfect. Okay. I don't know why I didn't do that the last time. Perfect. Okay, here we go. So from our team all across the world, enjoy the show. This game was made on stolen ground. We would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri and Boon Wurrung peoples of the Kulin Nation and the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. Sovereignty was never ceded. This game was also built on Treaty 6 territory and a traditional meeting ground and home for many Indigenous peoples, including Cree, Saulteaux, Niitsitapi, Blackfoot, Métis, and Nakota Seal. Apologies if I didn't pronounce any of those right. Feel free to correct me if folks know, but it is great to see this being acknowledged at the start of the game. There's also content warnings, which I won't be selecting individually, but for anyone wanting to play this, those are there. Okay. Let us begin. Act 1. Oh, it's so nice to play an indie again. We've been on a RPG kick for a while.
4 hours. 4 hours in a rented gym that still smells like socks and childhood trauma.
Ew.
Where did it get us? Other than bored? The band wasn't even looking for anything specific. We just wanted change. We wanted to see who was out there, if they'd show up.
Noticing the backgrounds are kind of blurry. I saw someone mention that on Reddit for Switch. Not sure if it's other consoles, but that is a thing that I don't think I can fix, just FYI. Oh, hey Silas, how's it going? Why are you not showing up in my OBS, but you are live? Hi! Oh, I'm a little paranoid now that I'm not seeing everything I should be. Yay, musical times! Yes, I'm excited. How goes your day? I'm a ghost! Oh, this is so weird. OBS. Hang on, I'm gonna try to refresh my chat because it's kind of important that I be able to see that. Docs, chat. Connecting to chat. Can someone throw something in just to see if that's working now? Oh, there it goes. Okay, I think we're connecting to chat. Oh god, is my internet being weird again? Oh, what the hell? Okay. It's showing the history, but not anything live. It's basically just a Dimension 20 campaign. Hang on, folks. We've got some OBS issues. Silas, do you mind throwing in another thing just to see if it'll come up? Guess I could use my phone if I need to. OBS! Shakes fist. Okay, that seemed to threaten it into compliance. Thank you. Sorry, I don't know why that happened. Let's continue. Back. Oh my.
Well, they showed up all right.
You know, I had a dream where this exact thing happened. Except we were on stage. And naked.
Oh god.
We were auditioning.
Not all of us. Okay, it was just me. I was naked. I think this went better.
Okay, I took the time restriction off these so I can think a bit longer. Special IT powers, the ability to threaten tech into compliance. Oh, much appreciated. Been hearing a lot about this. Ooh, hopefully good things. I checked the preliminary reviews and it seemed good. There's a couple glitch issues, so I'm hoping we don't encounter that, but I'm excited. I love musicals, and Greek mythology is guaranteed to be a wild time, so should be fun. Couldn't be worse. Maybe we should try that. You're trying to make me feel better. Basically good, asterisk. Yes, that is the gist I've gotten so far. I was really impressed with the vocal cast. Is this okay, there's no fourth one. Let's see. Can't go wrong with Erika Ishii. Yes! Oh, I'm pumped. Let's see. You're trying to make me feel better.
What are you doing, Freddie? You're just trying to make me feel
How's the dialogue sound?
How about
Hopefully it's
making
loud
us
enough.
feel better? We sat through this too.
I'm so sorry you all had such a rough time. Freddy has a bad idea. What else is new? Okay, let's just wrap this up. Kaz, do you need a ride?
Just to Brian's. I'm crashing on his couch until I get a new place.
What? You said it'd be 2 days.
You know you like having me
Will
around.
you? I can turn it up.
Whatever.
Have you heard yourself snore?
Hey, Grace.
How's that?
I know you've been kind of loose ends since you left college. I was just hoping tonight would cheer you up.
You're the best. Oh, this is the romantic option. There's a heart. I'm okay. It's there's a fourth option here. I know you meant well.
I appreciate the effort, Freddie. I really do,
But it didn't work all that well, huh?
it's just a sobering dose of reality, you know? What if it never gets easier?
Oh, that
What if
was.
I never figure this out.
Oh, never mind.
You will, Grace. You're too hard on yourself.
Music is your life, Freddie. You're the drummer, the lyricist. All of this was your idea. I wish I knew where I fit.
I think
Find
you fit.
where I belong.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
You coming?
I'm gonna hang out a bit and lock up. I'll see you at home.
Equipped for some Greek tragedy, let's go! Aw, Freddie. You seem like a good person.
Like a boat lost at sea,
First musical number.
with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen. Is the world too much, or is it just me? Everything I set upon unravels at my feet. Everything I've learned wasted on a girl who doesn't know how to be free. Like a boat lost at sea, with no sails, not a breeze.
Hello.
I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen.
Oh,
No, I had an audience. Hi.
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I heard you from outside.
I like your jacket.
My name's Calliope. You have an amazing voice. I hope you know that.
Thanks. I'm Grace. Are you here for the audition, or?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Scans pretty well, and uh-oh, big names in the house. Oh, I want to hear it. I guess.
Okay. Did you, bring an
Where
instrument?
did the cat go?
Some
Oh,
music?
there you are. Hi, darling. You can lie down. It's okay.
I kinda bring my music wherever I go.
It's okay, good girl. You're okay.
Alright. Well,
Yes, the cat sitting has begun.
Fire furious, I have burned my tongue.
Ooh, nice
Grief
voice.
from all the promises, too many dreams unsung. All the steps I didn't take and paths proved untrue. Is there any path through?
like a boat lost at sea,
Though I'm about to
with no
end,
sails, not a
you
breeze.
still have your life ahead.
I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen.
All things that lose their way can find it again. There is no inertia in the ocean.
Choose your trait. Charming, kick-ass, or clever. Ooh. Kick-ass in your face. This Grace is very punk rock and not afraid to get reckless and aggressive when it's called for. Charming. This is Grace with soul and charisma. She tries to do the right thing, and everyone likes her more for it. Clever. Sometimes you need to think your way out of a problem, right? This Grace is sneakier, smarter, and witty. Ooh! Do I want charming or clever? I'm gonna go with clever.
that if I build a sail, can I trust the wind to
Like how
guide
kick-ass isn't an option,
me?
fear of confrontation. Maybe on a future playthrough. Oh, Shadow, please don't go by my Wi-Fi cords. That's a terrible idea. Hang on. Aloha-chan musical, let's go! Yes, it's happening. Did I see you were playing this game? What are your thoughts so far? Shadow, honey, I've given you like 10 different places to sit. On my Wi-Fi cords is not one of them. Eight. Psst, psst. No, naughty lady. No. Shadow be like, hubris. I have a giant piece of cardboard blocking to the back of my TV because she loves to go back there. And she's trying to... Okay, hang on. Be right back. Come on. No, honey, that's not a place to sit. Come on. Yes, you're very cute. Come on. I know you don't like being picked up, but you can't sit up here. Good girl. Okay. There, yes. Go sit by the window. Look for some birds. You watch for squirrels. How's that sound? Hi, sorry. That may happen a few times. I'm trying to set boundaries early. Okay. I sip my coffee with appreciation. Yeah, no naughty. Okay, go sit on the couch again. You had a nice view of the birds there. She looks so offended that I had the gall to shoo her off of my spot where all my Wi-Fi and modem wires are. Apparently Shadow wanted kick-ass route. Mistakes were made. Okay, let's try this again.
What was that?
Your song was just so wonderful. I had to finish it with you. I hope that's all right.
Duet, hell yeah.
I also know what it feels like to be lost. To feel as if you have no place to turn. That's why I had to come inside.
Aww. You aren't here to audition. I'm glad you did. Can I ask what's wrong? Have we met before? Oh god, teenage exocolonist vibes. They're coming back strong. You aren't here to audition?
You didn't come here for the audition, did you? You didn't even know about it.
Caught and called out. I was nearby and your song called to me. I didn't want you to think I was...
He doesn't roll energy.
Weirder things have happened, I guess.
May I ask you why you feel so adrift? You're so young.
Is
Surely
Grace a
your life
millennial?
is-
Because that would answer a lot. Be honest. I don't mind being honest here.
It would sound stupid.
Is the sound balance better
Fine.
now, guys? Hopefully?
Well, I left school because I didn't feel like I belonged there, but I still haven't found my place. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Shouldn't I have figured this out?
Oh, know that feel.
Those are good questions to ask.
You seem so nice.
I should go.
Oh. Okay. Bye.
Am I gonna see you again? I know you didn't really come to join the band, but...
I hope to see you again, Grace. Perhaps soon.
Okay.
Right.
Don't do it, Shadow. Eight. No. Naughty. Shadow. No. Okay, you have full reign of the apartment, except for there in the kitchen counter, okay? Don't be naughty. You're being a naughty lady. Hey, oh, thank you for the head bump. That's very cute. Yes, but I still am going to tell you no. Hey, Savage, how's it going? Welcome on in. Oh, you want to jump up here while I'm streaming and I have glasses of water and such? That's also a bad idea. Thank you for those shoutouts, my friend. Good to know it sounds alright. Thank you for that. Okay. Attempt number 3. Let's go. Animation reminds me of Wolf Among Us. I don't know. I've heard that. I don't know if I'm familiar with the visual style, though. I'll need to look at that now. So I can naughty. Head bumps do not allow you into other places. No. Aw. Fridge. Spelled out with fridge magnets. I like that. This is a nice vibe. Oh god, I heard something. Okay, you can go on the couch. That's fine. Knock knock. Sorry, we're closed.
Did you lose your keys, Fred? I thought you'd be.
Oh no!
I didn't know where else. I'm so sorry, Grace.
Oh god. What happened? I should probably get help, but what happened? If you haven't, it would be a really great stream game. Totally nice and calm game with no stress. Such a specific denial. Mm-hmm. Yep, I believe you. Mm-hmm. Oh, Shadow. Shadow. No, naughty lady. Come sit over here. Come sit over here. You were sleeping all morning. And now you've decided to be naughty because I'm distracted? Is that it? Naughty, naughty. Yes, suddenly blood.
What happened? Who did this?
Totally calm. Nice. You're stressed.
I didn't want to do this.
Oh, journal. Should I be looking at that?
I'm so sorry.
What do you mean? Hey! Calliope!
Ah.
Please. Please, come on.
The most unsus. Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Oh. I have glowy eyeballs now. This is fine, don't worry about it. Oh, you put bloody hands in your hair, ew. Oh, hi. Are you messenger person whose name I'm forgetting?
Oh,
Hermes, that's it.
take your time.
I can wait, take your time. Hang on. I want to look at her journal. What are you doing, Shadow? You silly lady. Okay, yeah, sit down there. That's the perfect spot for you. Okay, we're gonna read some journal entries. Freddie. I only call her Farishta when I'm visiting her house. Her mom always makes these deep-fried honey snacks I love. Has been my best friend since probably forever. We used to make up rhymes while we skipped rope. It's been that long. We've come a long way from those days. Edge of Elysium is her band, and inviting me was her idea. I was keen on joining since I haven't seen Freddie much since I left school. But it's been kind of a rough going. I can sing, sure. When we get a gig, it feels good being up there on stage. But is this really my thing? I don't know. Calliope, who is now dead. I know Calliope was one of the muses. Is that the same as being a god? But that's really about it. I don't know where she lived, what she got up to, or who her enemies were. I have so many questions. For one, what was she doing when she found me at the gymnasium? Was she just passing by, or did she plan that? How did she know where I lived? I keep thinking about what Calliope said to me before she died. Am I saying that name right? Probably not. She seemed so sad. Did she know this was going to happen? Most of all, why did she pick me? The dead one, yes. That's neat. We have little character overviews. Sorry, I keep turning away to figure out where Kitty went to. You are sitting on my computer desk. I can permit that. Okay.
Is that my door?
Hermes, messenger of the gods.
It's my door.
My door.
Our door, maybe? I came as soon as I could.
Did you do this? Who are you? We need help. I mean, I feel like she's dead already, so who are you?
Hold on. Who are you? How did you get here?
Through the door? I mean, how did you get here?
It wasn't fiery when I came through.
She really is dead, huh?
Man,
So, the chorus is gonna want to talk to you. Sucks, but, you know.
The chorus? Yeah, explain this right now, please. No, I'm just her. Just the soonest ever. Damn, she is dead.
The chorus? You mean the authorities? Are they coming?
I guess they're authorities? But they're not coming here. We have to go to them.
That's why you're
Look,
here.
I can see you don't know squat about this, so I'm gonna explain real quick, but then you gotta come with me, okay?
Okay.
Cal died, you saw a shiny thing come out of her, right?
Cal.
That was her soul. That's
Cal.
what made her a god.
Alt universe Cal.
It's in you now.
The glowy
which
orb
makes you a
thing?
god.
Wait.
Surprise, right? With me so far? Cool. Let's go.
Meow. Journal entry updated. Cal! Thank you for that standby. Oh, hello.
Where are we?
Sorry to drop you and run, but when an idol dies, there's like 100 different things I gotta do.
You must have a busy job.
No, wait. Where did you bring me? How did we get here?
The chorus can explain. Don't touch anything. Okay?
Wait! Come back! Okay. Yeah. I'll
Cool.
just wait here and, not touch.
But there's so much to touch. Okay, Shadow, come here. Let's check this real quick. Hermes. Hermes is the idol who came to collect me at my apartment when Calliope died. I'm gonna just call her Cal because I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong, even though I heard it already before. I didn't know their name at the time, of course. Thena only mentioned who they were afterwards. I guess they're the god of doorways, maybe? I wonder if they can go anywhere with that power. Into bank vaults, on top of a mountain, across the world? Pretty wild to think about. Could Hermes have been involved in Cal's death? They seemed surprised, if not really broken up about it. Not that Hermes strikes me as someone who does much deep thinking. They seem more like a kid, although I guess looks can be deceiving. Why did they have to come when Cal died? And they did it right away, too. Kinda suspicious if you ask me. Canon non-binary rap, hell yeah! You good, Shadow? I would really love if you would plant somewhere, so I could, like, not pause constantly. Come sit here. Come here, baby. Come here. Bear with me as I attend to Kitty. Good girl. You want to sit on the couch? That's fine. Shadow. Come here. She refuses to walk on the couch proper, but is crawling along like the back of it, where it's very precarious and narrow, and I'm scared she's gonna fall. Why don't you go sit down, honey? Oh, you found my hairbrush. That's very exciting. Okay, we're gonna proceed. Cookies? Oh, I want cookies. Maybe don't. Believe in Shadow's abilities to cause mayhem. Oh, look at these. Fantastic Four. I love your cape. They're so cool looking.
Our beloved sister, the last of the Muses,
Lava.
has passed on to you, our new sister, delivered to us by dear sweet Hermes. It's, Grace, yes?
Yeah.
Yes?
Oh, my. You have had quite the day,
Oh, good.
haven't
She's
you?
back on the other couch. I feel like we know who they are. I guess we'll do this.
Someone died in my arms.
Hey, Icy, how's it going? Welcome on in.
How did I get here? Who are you people?
So many questions. This is my office.
Oh,
and I
good, she's
expect
lying
you
down.
arrived
Okay.
Through one of Hermes' portals.
The shiny doorway.
As for who we are, well, that does require some explanation, I agree. Allow me to introduce myself.
Athena!
I am Athena, goddess of wisdom. This is Apollo, god of prophecy, dressed for the occasion, as always. The wondrous Aphrodite, goddess of love.
Yes.
And the one glaring at you is Persephone,
Oh,
once queen of the
hi,
underworld.
Persephone. Please don't kill me.
Together, we are the chorus. We rule over the idols, our name for the gods who remain. All of us, hidden in your modern world.
Mm-hmm. You live here, you expect me to believe this. Wait, gods are real? We're just gonna roll with it. You live here?
Right, and you live here, not in some city in Europe or a...
On top of a mountain? Oh, I know. Once we roamed marble halls, and now, fashionably appointed apartments. We have Wi-Fi.
Hell yeah.
We move with the times, Grace. We have to, if we're going to remain hidden and survive. The mortals grow more and more clever with each passing century. Television! I do what I must.
Oh, she's picking at her toes now. You're doing such a good job, Shadow. Well done. Wait. You said I'm a god now.
Wait, you said, and Hermes said, that I'm a god now too. And an idol.
That is true.
That thing that came out of her that went into me.
We call it an eidolon.
Oh.
The part of Calliope's soul which made her an idol.
Calliope,
which
not
now
Calliope, like I was
makes
saying.
you
I knew that was
Athena,
wrong.
You're wasting time.
Calliope.
The reason you're here, Grace, the reason why we made you wait so long while we debated, is because we have rules.
Rules.
Those rules mean we can't admit into our ranks a usurper. Never mind a possible murderer.
I think I was thinking of
I know
Cantaloupe. That's
all
probably what
children,
happened
and
there.
I'm so sorry to say, but I'm afraid you have to die.
Excuse me? What gives you that right? They're gods. They think they can do anything they want. But we're gonna do that because it's the blue option.
What do you mean? What do you mean you have to die?
It's exactly as it sounds, Grace.
You can't do that. What about a trial? You aren't the police. Why hasn't
They're
someone
Greek
called the
gods
police?
messing with people's lives is what they do.
Calliope's blood is
The same nights.
literally on your hands.
Same words. Same brain.
Isn't...
She just kind of stumbled into my apartment.
Maybe we
We should do
Aphrodite
as we
cares.
agreed. Calliope's line would end, yes, but what other option do we have? Let a usurper remain an idol?
Justice has to be done, for Calliope's sake.
But... this isn't justice!
Oh, the angry eyes. Musical time?
You cannot hide from this reality.
Ooh.
I'm not hiding, though a little lost here.
If you are lost, little girl, this bears explanation. Dear child, please listen. You have usurped a muse. No recourse to be arranged.
But it's unfair.
I know, but our laws cannot be changed.
But she came to me.
You must realize there are simple rules. If one of us dies, these rules have been the tools that
You must know.
shield
I didn't
us.
do it. Is it weird this isn't song?
Now that the muse is gone,
Now that she's gone.
Ooh.
I'm afraid you'll
Suddenly
have
singing, because
to
singing,
see,
this is the nature of musicals.
see the chorus.
Ooh, I like these harmonies.
In accord. Justice won't be ignored.
I disagree.
Oh. She's like, how dare you? Let's hear it, Apollo.
Hear that correctly?
You've been quiet this entire time, Apollo. Why speak up now?
I grieve Calliope's loss just as much as the rest of you, but I can't let you do this.
He's right. What if Grace speaks the truth? What if Calliope chose her?
And what if Calliope was murdered by her? What if Grace
I didn't,
stole
I
her
promised,
Eidolon?
Persephone.
Then we need to find out. Don't you want justice?
Oh, Apollo, I thought we'd agreed this was justice. What would you have us do?
I don't trust that I would get a fair trial. Let me prove myself, or we need to find the truth. I don't know how I do that. So I'm gonna say this one. Kangaroo court?
There has to be some way to find the truth. Aren't you gods? Couldn't a god, I don't know...
Her face is making me giggle.
We aren't seriously considering this.
Very well. This one.
An exception.
I put a motion before the chorus. Do we allow Grace the right to prove her innocence?
Yes.
I think so. Yes.
Aww. No. Oh,
Fine.
thank you.
And there we have it.
I appreciate it. How do I prove my innocence?
Wait, I'm gonna get some help with this, right? Some direction?
You say Calliope chose you. I would like to believe that. I
1 week.
truly would. You have 1 week to find out what happened, Grace.
What happens after a week?
There will be a
Which
trial.
man?
If you cannot provide proof of your innocence by then, oh, our original verdict stands.
Feel like I should be like, yes, let's go. But also, how do I find the killer? Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want me to say? I can't possibly do this. This is unfair.
Exactly.
You know all that already, right? So I'll do my best. That's all I've got.
We're not going to keep you, Grace. You have much to do. Before you go, however,
A few rules. Ugh.
do not reveal our existence to the mortal world. This includes mortal authorities that cannot help you. Do not harm another idol. Do not leave the city. Do as the chorus commands.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, do whatever you must to find the true killer. If they exist.
If they exist.
Oh, that's all?
Welcome, dear sister.
And do help yourself to a cookie.
Oh, I can have a cookie now? She's like, what the hell is going on? Oof. Okay, let's look at this journal. Well, we've got a task set out for us. Oh, there's so many. Okay, Aphrodite. Aphrodite is the goddess of love, and I can believe it. She has that sparkle when you look at her, like she's one of those old-timey movie stars, all glamour and presence. I bet if she walks into a room, everyone stops what they're doing to stare at her. Why she's part of the chorus, I have no idea. She seemed kind of quiet and sad, like she's busy writing some teary ballad in her head and not really listening to what's going on around her. Aphrodite is behind what was it? Calliope, I'm gonna get it. Calliope. What can I pair that with in my brain so I'll remember? Calliope. Well, forget it. If Aphrodite is behind Calliope's death, then she hides it super well. Maybe you just naturally learn how to be a great actress after after 1,000 years or so. How would I know? Okay, Apollo? I don't know much about this Apollo. He's the only guy on the chorus, but he didn't say much of anything until he kind of defended me, I guess. At least he disagreed with the "you need to die" verdict. I guess I owe him one. If I actually owed anyone for giving me an extra week before they kill me, not so sure about that. Athena introduced Apollo as the god of prophecy, but I'm not sure exactly what that means. Don't prophets wear long robes and speak in big, booming voices? This one looks less like a god and more like a surfer who crashed on the beach after a party and still hasn't found all of his clothes. Could he have killed Calliope? I can't take anything for granted when it comes to these people. Oops. Athena. Ooh, there's a lot. Athena's supposed to be the goddess of wisdom, but how does that work? Is it a power of hers? Does she just know things? She's supposed to be really powerful, but how exactly? Mostly she just seems like my mom, or anyone's mom. Maybe that's what she is to the idols. The mom who looks after them and keeps them going. She was all smiles and was even super sweet when she told me I had to die, like it would be no big deal. That makes her a scary mom, like the kind that demands to speak to the manager when things don't go her way. Because things always go her way. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's the cool mom. Or maybe she'll keep smiling when she smothers me with a pillow because she's thousands of years old and I'm basically nothing in comparison. And maybe she killed Calliope. And that makes me an annoyance because that means her murder didn't quite take. But then, why give me the chance to prove myself? If she really wanted me dead, couldn't she have just said, "Nope, no vote, let's nip this in the bud"? Athena really seems like the type who'd do that, right? Idols are so confusing. Oopsie. No, go back. Persephone. What did Athena say about Persephone? She's the queen of the underworld? I had to look it up, but that's basically the idol version of hell. Does that mean it's a real place? Like, you die and go to the underworld? Or maybe that only happens to idols. Mind you, Athena didn't exactly say Persephone was the queen of the underworld, did she? She said, once the queen of the underworld. Oh, did her and Hades get divorced? So she isn't any longer. And she's also the only idol that Athena didn't say was the god of something or other. I'm willing to bet there's a whole story about that. Whatever it is, it's pretty clear this Persephone hates me. And not just because she thinks I'm a murderer. Because don't they all think that? It feels personal. Those sharp eyes of hers wanted to gut me and hang me on a clothesline, so I'd better watch my back. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm nervous. Day 1, time to head home. Okay. Boop. Go. What a day. Hi, Freddy. You'll never believe what happened.
Grace?
I would just burst into tears, I think.
Grace.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi. Hi. You're kidding, right? When I came home, the door was wide open. You weren't answering your phone. Kaz and Brian are still out looking for... Grace... We thought something happened to you.
Aww.
Wait, did something happen to you?
Kind of. I became a god! Yeah, we're just gonna... I feel like the shock is strong right now.
Yes, but you are seriously not gonna believe it.
Ah, one of those nights, huh? Well, it better be good.
I became a god, Freddy. For real.
You were gone all night.
Why didn't you answer your phone?
Brushes it off. Understandable.
So what exactly are you the god of? Late night lattes?
Hi?
Bad practice?
Who are you? There's someone here. Bestie Angie. I understand, Freddy, but also I've had quite the night. Smart-ass friends. I feel like if I'm the only one seeing this other person, Freddy's gonna be like, we need to intervene here, so let's just play it off.
Smart-ass friends who never stop talking.
That sounds perfect. Can I be your high priestess? Oh, we should get some candles for the altar.
Oh, you can see them.
Hi
Okay.
there.
Hi.
Who is this, Grace? Why does he have horns?
I wish I knew. Another god? Question mark?
Another one of the gods, I'm guessing.
Right, sure, I should have.
To answer your question, my dear, you see the horns because I allow you to see the horns. That's crazy, right? As for who I am, I've been known most often as Pan.
Pan, I don't
So you call
remember
me
who
that,
Pan is.
if you must call me anything.
Pan, of the Greek gods, Pan, right? What are you, some kind of cosplayer?
The days of idols being called gods are well behind us, I'm afraid, but I assure you,
Yeah, cool vibes.
I'm a real article. I've come to offer our newest idol a helping hand. Or perhaps two. You do look lost, don't you?
What do you get out of it?
And what do you get out of helping me exactly?
Now that is an excellent question. You'll need that kind of baseless suspicion if you're going to survive among
It's true,
us.
Greek gods
Is
do
it
be betraying each
baseless?
other like crazy
I already had
constantly.
my life threatened tonight.
Whoa, wait. Life threatened? What?
Oh, now you've done it.
Same brain cell!
Upset the mortal.
You've gone and upset the mortal, hey! Can we talk in front of Freddy?
So we can just talk about this. In front of Freddy.
Here I thought you'd already informed her of your
I mean, I started to.
situation.
Yeah, but I don't think she believed me.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't.
I mean, it's understandable.
I-
The prohibition is against revealing the idols to the mortal world. She's not the mortal world, is she? She can be trusted, can't she?
Why do I have the feeling that I'm gonna regret not leaving with
Oh, I can guarantee it.
Oh, is my chat broken? My chat keeps disconnecting in OBS. That's so weird.
Let's talk.
I like your clock. Can someone throw in a test just to make sure that's coming through?
That's it?
Huh?
Huh.
I guess.
What else do you say in this situation? Hang on. I'm gonna... If I miss any messages, folks, that's why my chat keeps disconnecting. Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3. Excellent, thank you.
You believe in this, Grace?
Chat check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Check. Excellent. Thank you, friends. It seems like it's back. I forget. What was the question? There's no chat log. Oh dear. I had proof?
Sure, but I had proof. I traveled through a magical door.
Yes.
Which sounds extra cool.
I was a little distracted.
Well, I have a million questions, but I can ask them later. The important thing is that I am here to support my best friend.
You're such a good best friend. Aw, yeah, you're taking this well.
You are taking this way better than I did.
Yes, well, nobody's
Believe that you
threatening
met
me.
gods?
That is a good point.
You need help, so I help. Even if it means tracking down god killers.
Bestie.
Such darling camaraderie. It brings a tear to my eye. It truly does.
Speaking of killers.
Whoa. You wound me,
Speaking
dear
of
lady.
killers.
I've come to offer advice to our newest idol, a foundling who was set adrift most cruelly.
How did you know about me?
Seems rather convenient, you showing up with advice. How did you even know I existed?
A little bird told me.
A little bird.
You must know. Very useful, those little birds.
Uh-huh.
He's not gonna tell you, Grace.
There's not much to tell. Among the idols, news travels swiftly. We are a tiny village of godly busy.
That checks out, yep.
I heard of your arrival, and I know how obtuse the chorus can be. So here I am. You're welcome.
Again, what's in it for
I still
you?
don't trust you. Nobody does anything for free.
Now.
Here we go. What are your conditions?
Who said I was doing anything for free?
Here we go.
I have not, however, asked for anything. As of yet.
Mm-hmm. How do I know you're not the killer?
You know, you could be the killer, for all I know.
Come to mislead you, perhaps. How fiendishly clever. Well called, darling.
And maybe even true.
Poor Pat!
Oh my.
To be eternally maligned and mistrusted. Alas, and alas, and alas. I doubt there's a line of idols waiting to offer you advice, Grace. But whether you accept mine or not is for you to decide.
Okay, so what's your advice?
Okay, I'll bite. What's your advice? I have to admit, I don't really know where to start.
Well, I'm not normally one to run amok telling others how to live their lives. But have you considered using your powers?
My powers.
Music, art, passion. You are the last muse. And all these are now your province.
Of course, started singing my province. That sounds pretty cool. The chorus started singing or my province?
When I was talking to Athena and the others, they all started singing.
Oh.
Does that mean that was me?
Let me guess. Music swelled as if from nowhere. Lips quivered.
Oh, they
souls were
explain
laid
the random
bare.
breaking out into song. That's fun.
Yeah, that was you.
Okay, but how does that help me find Calliope's murderer?
Allow me to expedite the process of understanding. Now then, close your eyes. You hear that? It's coming from you.
You're the reason this is a musical, yes.
What emotion does it
Lore,
summon?
it is dropped.
I don't know.
You open your eyes, you look into the crowd, and you feel.
Powerful.
Ooh.
Grace, you know that you're lost now. You've been given powers you don't understand. I'm the guy who can.
It's giving me a Hello Little Girl vibes from Into the Woods.
Wait. No, it's okay, Freddy. This is all me? What do I do?
Start singing.
Now?
Why not? Time's a wasting.
How the hell did you find me? This is the weirdest night I've ever had. And you say I have powers? How could this possibly turn out bad? Am I doing it now?
Brilliant.
Choice options are fun. They make me panic, but I'll do my best.
Really actual horns? And this singing is so hard to swallow.
Freddy.
Can you hear me, Grace? What's going on?
So sorry you had to be here for this. I'm in the dark too as you're hearing this. Like I know that I'm in full control, cause the words and the tunes I feel here in my soul. If this is a power, I'm not overthinking it. If this was
creepy.
a drink, I'd be drinking it. But someone is dead and I'm losing my head. Like the goat said.
Like the goat said.
My time, time
It is the wolf song, yeah.
This is my time.
Don't know if that's what it's called. That's the only line I remember though.
Grace, nothing makes sense here. And won't the carpet be covered in fleece? And you said someone died here. Shouldn't we then just call
I'm not really thinking, I'm just panic clicking
Sing it,
things.
Freddy, I hear you. We've only just met, now he's my new best friend. Now I'll owe him a favor. And what will he want?
This is so interesting how they set this up.
Is that gonna be here all the time?
It is Hello Little Girl.
Dare
Okay.
you? You don't know me.
If she has to be, pass me some wine.
Grace, is this how you let strangers
I
speak
thought
to
I did
me?
turn it off. Maybe that was in my test file.
Good chance I could throw the both of you out.
Maybe I'll just roll with it though.
What all this is about, but I don't feel like an amateur. it's gonna be my time. Time to shine.
Yes.
This is my time. Time to shine. I don't need either of you.
Ooh.
Well, what happens next?
How about a solo?
Grace,
Wait.
are you sure about this?
Yes, a solo. Do
I
it.
wanted you two to sing more.
Oh.
Amazing. I'm so glad I did that one.
What are you doing? That wasn't me.
You sure?
Will you stop screwing around?
I enjoy it.
He should be avoided.
Or applauded.
Grace, who's it gonna be?
Don't
him
make
or
me decide this right now. Just sitting there.
That's it. Shut up. This is a wreck. If I had 4 hands, I'd grab you both by the neck.
Oh dear.
This is my life and it's happening to me. If we can't work this out, it's just gonna be my time. Time to shine.
Time for you to decide.
My time. Time to shine.
He's taking us both for a ride.
My time. I could go it alone. Time to shine.
Ready?
Sorry to break it to you, Pan, but I'm not
Ha ha.
I'm my best friend.
Turns out to be her. I'm gonna be devastated.
That's your choice. Humdrum mortality.
I guess so.
How about trusting in those who love her instead of those who want to use her?
Accurate.
Oh my, such drama. No matter how you employ it, Grace, this is the power of a muse. Drawing out that which lies within. I trust you can see how that might be useful in your investigation.
Okay. Hang on. Maybe I will change it. Okay, I'll see if I like that better. We might. Also, can I make these larger? Okay. I'll look at the journal after. What was the question? Oops, I keep forgetting what was said. Didn't feel like I had full control, that's true.
Sure, but I have to admit, I didn't feel completely in control.
Of course not. A song goes where a song goes, Grace. It will only go where it wishes. A muse does not command. She evokes. She elicits. She inspires.
Look, Creepo. Grace
Creepo.
already told you to take a hike.
So she did. Allow me to get to the point then.
What is the
For all
point?
your powers, you still need a place to begin your search. And this I can provide. An address. In the city. Where Calliope was staying, I do believe.
You should have led with that.
Calliope's address? You should have started with that.
And miss all the dancing? Nonsense.
Fair.
Now this I consider a favor. One I hope you'll remember in future dealings.
That's perfect. We can look for clues there. What this Calliope was doing, who her enemies were.
I should remind you there is an element of danger. A killer is on the loose.
Eek.
No.
Ooh. Why is this grayed out? Can I not choose that? I mean, I'm kind of worried. I'll need her
Then I'll
help.
definitely need backup.
You'll be fine. After all, what's a mortal to do that you cannot?
Oh, I hope I didn't just doom Freddy.
I can speak Hindi. Okay, fine.
Hell yeah.
I need to find Kaz and Brian. Just tell them you're okay. If not the other stuff.
Guess
Fair.
I'll go check this place out on my own.
So glad that's settled. I'll let you get to it. I've drinking to resume. Ta-ta.
Okay, let's get the down low on Pen here. I'm back the morning after going through the ringer, having just discovered I'm some kind of ancient muse, and guess who shows up at my apartment uninvited, poking around the kitchen like he's considering an investment. This idol's name is Pan, and I don't know what his deal is. He's a bit too smooth, seems to know a bit too much that he isn't saying, and just happened to know where to point me, which he offered for a price, of course. This one's shady, folks. I can just guess what kind of favor he's going to want. Ta-ta. I should check out the address Pan gave me. Okay. Boop. Oops. Boop. Go. Ooh, pretty.
Oh, it's open. That's not a good sign.
Wow, I like it. Oh, it's a big ass harp.
Is this Calliope's apartment? I don't know what I was expecting, but not this. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, sure, Grace, good job. Just announce to the killer that you're here. I better have a look around.
Ooh, I get to look at things. This is exciting. I swept my laundry. Ooh, you went to the apartment. We are here. I am very jealous of this apartment. I want to look at the harp because once upon a time I used to try to play harp. Oh wait. Can I look at the others after I do this? Warhol painting, elegant painting. Instrument. Why is instrument its own thing? We're gonna look at the harp.
Giant harp. Of course there's a giant harp.
Cool. Guitar.
Damn, look at that. That's beautiful. How do you even get one of these?
Light. I really like this light. That's pretty.
After Calliope left the audition, where did she go? Did she follow me? Did she come here?
Instrument? The piano?
So many instruments in here. Did she play all of them?
It's quite the ensemble, isn't it? Elegant painting.
Did she paint that? Looks like it belongs in a museum.
Warhol painting?
Andy Warhol, yeah, that makes sense. Wonder how many celebrities she knew.
Drums.
Right. These aren't... Do I inherit these as the new muse? Is that even okay to ask?
These are mine now. Elvis picture.
I want to believe this is just an ironic photo of Elvis and she wasn't like his muse or...
Go upstairs.
I don't see anything useful down here. Maybe there's something upstairs? Oh man. Keep it together, Grace. It's just your average, everyday...
Oh! Apollo?
Only 3 muses, you know, not 9. Whenever they found someone who made something truly masterful or created a new art form, they'd pass on their idol on. Take a new name. See, that's how the mortals became confused. They got it wrong. Like they got almost everything about us wrong.
You scared me, bro.
You scared me. Sitting there in the dark.
Like a creep.
Oh.
Oh.
For all I know, you could be the killer come to hide the evidence or raid the fridge.
No, I'm just here to mourn an old and very dear friend. If I may ask, did you find this
The
place?
weird goat man showed up.
What are you doing here?
He's so quiet. Why? She's so clear and loud. I noticed in the reviews there was some notes about sound balancing being an issue. But yeah, I'm like constantly turning my TV up and down so I can actually hear it myself as well. Hopefully that gets adjusted in a future patch. I guess for the drama, but this is a musical. Yeah, there could be some tweaks to that. I need your help. I need answers. Pan told me about it. You're not just here to grieve. I guess I'll say this and see what he says to that situation.
Pan told me about it. I was hoping I could find something, some clue about what happened.
You've already met Pan? How odd.
Well, at least he lifted a finger to help me. For his own gain, maybe, but it's better than nothing.
I honestly wish I could help you, Grace. You and Calliope both deserved better.
Yeah. Ooh, I want to ask all of these. Why did you speak up for me, I think is a good one. Game. Hello. There we go.
Thank you for, speaking up for me.
It wasn't right, what they were doing.
It still isn't. I still need help.
I'm not disputing that, Grace. I just don't think that I'm the one to
And
help.
who is? Why can't you help me?
Why can't you help me exactly? Pan said there's no specific rule against it.
It's not that I'm forbidden to help you, Grace. It's that you don't want my help.
Of course I do! You have to know more than me about almost everything!
My help will only make things worse.
What does that mean?
How is that possible? I've been sentenced to death.
And without my help, you stand a chance of avoiding that fate.
Why is this room such a mess? Well, no, let's do this one.
Can you tell me about Calliope? I barely knew her, but she seemed...
She was a beautiful soul, if troubled.
Troubled?
She thought the idols had lost their way. She argued with us, all of us, that we needed to change. We hadn't spoken in years.
Aww.
I hadn't seen her home before today. I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay. Why is this room such a mess?
This room is a mess. Did you do this?
With this?
Oh my goodness, Elle! Thank you for the 2 months, friend. Welcome on in. How's it going?
I didn't think much of it. I came here to be reminded of Calliope, not to search through her things.
Look at those beautiful Padoofs. Oh.
It's cleaner than my house.
There could be a clue here?
So you didn't mess up the room, but someone must have. There could be a clue.
Nothing that I've seen. All this mess, as you put it, is likely the result of her projects.
Her projects?
When Calliope got an idea in her head, she would obsess over it, sometimes for months, even years. I don't know what she was involved with lately, but this... for her, this is nothing.
I don't really want to be accusatory here. So maybe we'll just do this one. Today's a struggle. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here to lurk and see if I can find some peace. Oh, lurk away. We're going on an adventure with Greek gods and musicals, so hopefully it will bring some what's the word I'm looking for? Reprieve from life being struggly.
So let me get this straight. You'll speak up for me, but you won't lift a finger to help.
You don't want me to do more.
You keep saying that.
I was
but it doesn't
literally
make any
just gonna say
sense.
that.
If you didn't want to help, that'd be one thing. But insisting I don't want you to? Why not?
Oh, he's the god of prophecy, right? So if he, like, says a thing or insinuates something, does that bring it into existence? Is that why? Maybe? I wonder. yeah, it's a fascinating concept, so I'm enjoying it so far.
Can't do this.
Don't you want the truth? Can you explain why? I want to know more. I can't pick it! No! I want that one! Okay, so if it's grayed out, I can't pick it. Okay.
Calliope was clearly important to you. Don't you want to know the truth?
Of course I do.
Aw.
Then what's the problem? Don't do it for me. Do it for her.
Oh.
I haven't sung in centuries.
According to Pan, I can't force anyone to do anything.
Phantom pains from a missing friend, feeding thoughts, thoughts that never end. What did I do? What didn't I do? Here she is, only in your head. Long gone fights, but they're never
What did you do?
What did I do? What didn't I do?
What did you do? What didn't you do?
Cause and effect.
Ooh, dramatic lighting.
The earth shook and my instinct was protect.
So it seems like during the music segments,
Come, there's waves
you're
to
timed no
ride.
matter what.
I stayed shut inside, and that's where she and I would disconnect.
You were fighting? What about?
Cause and effect.
Ooh, chills.
You held fast. What's that about?
Stubborn me thought I'd wait her out. Usually she'd come back to me. You see, she'd return. We'd do that old dance, knowing both there was not a chance that I would change. But she never came.
Cause and effect. There's damage even when it's indirect. Get up and join my side, or sit and let this ride. You can lose battles out of pure neglect. Cause and effect.
But I've tried.
Never with me. We haven't tried.
Then let's see.
So did I give you pause?
I'll come and join your cause. Perhaps there is some change we can effect.
Pull it. Pull it.
That hidden voice will always play. On loop, it will always say, what did I do? What didn't I do?
It's a song you can't erase, but you can make a tiny space for what you will do. Something new.
uncertain what you expect me to do.
Athena called you the god of prophecy, didn't she? Isn't that telling the future?
Prophecy is the last thing you need, Grace.
Can you explain why? I think I know why, but I would like to hear it from
If
you.
you could explain why, exactly? This is all new to me, remember?
Yes, of course, that's true. It's so easy to forget that. To receive a prophecy is not simply to be told what might happen, it's to be told what will happen. To know a prophecy is to be bound to its outcome.
Okay, so that's basically what I was saying before. Okay. Talking about
You're talking
fate.
about fate, aren't you? Destiny.
I am.
I can't say I've ever believed in fate.
You probably didn't believe in magic either, but here we are.
That's a good point.
Good point.
My power is to pick at the strands of fate and make a single path clear. But in doing so, all other paths vanish. Worse, prophecies are never crystal clear. Sometimes you won't understand the full meaning until it's too late.
So I'm doomed. No. Can you help another way?
Okay, is there anything you can do that isn't prophecy related?
Not directly, but yes, possibly. Come with me. There's someone I'd like you to meet.
Ooh. Goodbye, pretty apartment. Okay, before I do that. Did this get updated? I wish it kind of gave a visual indicator of what has stuff you haven't seen yet. Okay, this is new. I went to Calliope's apartment, and who should I find there? Apollo, sitting there in the dark in a room that had obviously been turned inside out by somebody searching for something. He says he didn't do it, and that he was there mourning Calliope. They were close for a long time, but it seems a rift began between them a couple years ago that never quite healed. Was it the kind of rift that might lead to her murder? For one, he keeps saying that helping me will do more harm than good. What does that even mean? According to him, his prophecies lock you into your fate as soon as you hear them. Which could be good or bad, I guess. Apparently they're not always 100% clear, so maybe he's right. Maybe it's better not to know. Where are we now?
This is where you live?
Ah.
Oh, yes. Sometimes. and excuse the mess. I don't get many visitors.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I have 3 brothers. I've seen a mess or two.
Well, you're being kind. I admit I hadn't realized how bad
Been there.
You said I'm here to meet someone?
Ah, yes. Do you know what an oracle is?
Sure.
You mean like the Oracle of Delphi? People went to ask her questions, I think, or was that just another story?
Oh, you know about that. Okay. Well, that'll make this easier. There have been many oracles over the ages. They serve as a sort of conduit for my powers. This allows them to offer insight, knowledge they have no earthly means to possess. There's always been one. Over the ages, no matter where I go, one manages to find me.
Meaning there's an oracle here.
There is.
Hello?
What?
I've brought someone to see you.
Sorry to disturb you?
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not a magic fortune cookie. Is that what Paul told you? Oracle's my handle. And even if I was the Oracle, I'm certainly not his Oracle.
I can't say lovely to meet you. Alright. Are you sure I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. He said you might...
Oh, I know what he said. Paul thinks just because I crash here, he can interrupt me whenever he pleases.
I mean...
Look, I'm sure he told you all sorts of nonsense.
Hacker?
I use computers. I'm a hacker. That's it.
I ask very little of you, Oracle. Your help here would be appreciated.
Fine. Get your abs in a twist.
Don't get your abs in a twist.
So Paul brought you all this way just to see little old me. What's on your mind, sis?
A lot. You keep calling him Paul. Let's start with this one. You're good with computers? That's the thing that was elevated in
So
that
you're
conversation.
an oracle who uses the internet, huh?
Like I said, that's my handle. And yeah.
Oh, sorry, Shadow. It's okay.
It's a sweet setup,
I'd like to sleep.
Some of it's even legit.
The parts I purchased for her, presumably.
Bargain for, fair and square. And I keep telling you to get me an Ethernet cable.
I don't know what that is.
It's the 21st century, Paul. And your 21st century Oracle needs her some download speed, okay?
You keep calling him Paul.
You keep saying Paul. Do you mean Apollo?
Yeah, I know. Apollo, if that is his real name, says he's a god of prophecy, blah, 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 blah.
But you don't believe him.
Believe him? Who'd believe that? It's super weird, but he's a decent guy, so he can be Apollo if he wants, but I just can't call him that.
You live here?
You live here?
I crash here, yeah. Better here than home.
She showed up one day, as the oracles do. Naturally, she is welcome to stay as long as she likes.
See the way he talks? I thought maybe he was a creepiverse, but nah. Paul's aight.
The highest of praise.
He'd be more alright if he did some laundry.
How well do you know Apollo?
Tell me, is Apollo always so...
incredibly emo? Like a sack stuffed with...
Oh no!
I am
standing
right here.
Don't get me wrong. It grows on you after a while.
Grace, surely this is not what you came for.
You're right.
I guess you're right. I just can't resist.
It's fine. I just don't need to be put under the microscope.
That's fair.
A bode. He cracks me up.
I need information.
I'm looking for information about someone named Calliope. Can you help?
Oh, the lady from that apartment I sent Paul to. Yeah, I've been checking that out.
What did I tell you?
I looked it up. You could do the same if you learned to use a computer. Here, hold up, I'll show you. There. The apartment was originally purchased 2 years ago by a holding company, Core with a K Enterprises.
Oh.
I was just gonna say, isn't Core Persephone? I only know this because I'm reading through Lore Olympus, which has Greek mythology in it, and she goes by Core. Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
Persephone connection.
That would be Persephone.
Is that a surprise? The one from the chorus. Who else is it going to be? Is that a surprise?
You weren't expecting that?
I wasn't aware Persephone and Calliope were friendly. Certainly not friendly enough for Persephone to give Calliope an apartment. The good news is that Persephone is easy to find.
Do I want to talk to Persephone? She scares me a little bit. Will there be trouble?
I'm thinking she won't be happy to see me.
Persephone is rarely happy to see.
Oh, okay.
Great! We're all done now.
Thank you for your help, Oracle. Please, do try to get out from behind your
I feel...
at least once today.
I feel targeted here.
Yeah, sure.
Go outside, touch
Take
grass.
on your way out.
Lovely meeting you. Whew, okay, let's check our journal. Okay, looks like this one's updated. Freddie was at the apartment when Pan arrived, so I had to tell her everything. Part of me feels bad for getting her involved, but I have to admit, none of this quite felt real until it did. If anyone can figure this out, she can. Greek mythology has been her thing since 7th grade, and I'm glad she was there to back me up during the song with Pan. When we put our heads together, we can handle anything. Oops. It appears Calliope was staying at an apartment, one that belongs to Persephone of all people. And it's actually not too far from mine. Could that be where Calliope was attacked? Am I crazy for agreeing to go check it out by myself? Calliope was one of the 3 idols called the Muses, the last one still living according to Apollo. Once they were his constant companions, but in the last few years they grew apart. Calliope was angry at how the idols had lost their way, and apparently argued with everyone a lot. Which doesn't sound like the Calliope I met at all. If it's true, it means she wasn't the most popular idol, and there may be more suspects than I imagined. I visited Calliope's apartment. It was gorgeous, filled with every musical instrument you can imagine, and memorabilia dating back, I don't know, 100 years or more. She had everything she could ever possibly want or need at her fingertips. Is this what it means to be the muse? Okay, nothing about you. Nothing about you. Any new things here? Yes. Thankfully, Apollo did have another way to help me, namely through a teenage computer whiz who lives in his dump of a home, the Oracle, or just Oracle, as she insists that's just her handle. She found out that Calliope's apartment was owned by Persephone, so we're off to her nightclub to ask her why. I'm afraid. According to the Oracle, Persephone owns the apartment Calliope was living in, so they knew each other? They were close? I guess she's next on my list of idols to talk to, though I have a feeling she's not going to be very happy to see me. Okay, let us continue to the underworld. Oh ho ho ho! There you go.
Welcome to the underworld.
Wow. How have I never heard of this place?
Persephone keeps it a secret, while still managing to draw a crowd every night. Don't ask me how.
Oh, I saw
Here
you in the
underworld,
trailer.
Idols can be themselves.
Hermes is here. Oh god. Is it dangerous? This feels like me. Not your kind of place?
Do you come here often?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got that vibe.
Persephone and I aren't friends.
Is she friends with anyone?
Persephone? No. Except Calliope, apparently. If we're to find Persephone in all this, we'll need to split up. Have you considered what you'll say to her?
I'll fight her if I have to. I'll be persuasive. Can I simply ask
I
her?
could just ask her about it?
Not if she doesn't want to talk to you. She may need a nudge.
A nudge.
You need to be prepared to use your powers, as you did with me. Come find me in the crown if you need anything. Otherwise, be careful, Grace.
Okay. Eros, Hermes, Pan. We haven't talked to Eros yet. I guess we could do that. Yeah. You were in the trailer, and I want to know more about you.
Oh. Hey. You're the new muse, aren't you?
Hey.
I guess I am, yeah.
Aphrodite mentioned it. Didn't figure I'd see you.
You like Eros? I like his vibe so far.
Oh, excuse the manners. Name's Eros, god of sex.
There's a god of sex? How do you know Aphrodite? I need to find Persephone. this feels like a good reaction
Did
here.
you say that you're the god of sex?
Desire, really. Sensuality.
Sensuality.
Why? Were you expecting a chubby little flying baby with a bow and arrow?
I wasn't.
I actually preferred Cupid, but Dan had to be the trickster. Spread all those stupid stories.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Oh, buddy.
Just another grudge I get to carry around forever.
What are you doing here?
The god of sex at a club. Looking for someone?
Once I might have, sure. Now I'm just here to see it happen.
See what happened?
Look out there. See all these people.
Uh-huh.
The hope, the anticipation, the connections, they bounce off each other. To me, it's like lightning.
To me, it's like lightning in that it would strike me and crush me and I'd want to die and get out of there. So that's a bit creepy. You enjoy that. Oh! I will go with the polite answer.
And you enjoy that?
I used to make it happen, you know. Mortals once begged me to make it happen, to inspire true love.
True love.
But now I only inspire sex.
What happened to you?
It's just as well. People should find true love the hard way and value it more.
How do you know Aphrodite?
You know Aphrodite, right? I only met her the once.
Sure, she's my mother.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
How would I know? No here.
I definitely knew that.
Right, yeah, sorry. I wasn't thinking. But you hear a lot of idols talk about each other like that. You know, mother,
It's very
brother,
complicated.
sister, grandfather. None of us are actually related. We just played a family for so many centuries. It may as well be true.
Aphrodite is your quote-unquote mother?
So Aphrodite is your mother, but not really.
That's right. A long time ago, she took care of me when I needed taking care of. The mortals, they just assumed. These days, well, it's not like that anymore. We're not as invulnerable as we used to be. Least of all, Aphrodite.
Is everything okay? Yeah, you don't seem okay.
You seem a little distracted. Is everything okay?
Of course it is. Sure.
Doubt?
That obvious, huh?
Yeah, kinda, buddy.
Truth is, I don't come here that often. No, it's hard to get away. I just want... Nope, never mind.
I want to say all of these at the same time. But also I don't want to pry because we literally just met. I'll try and give a humorous option out of this conversation if you want
Even
it.
idols have their bad days, huh?
Bad weeks, bad months.
Bad centuries. Oh, that's rough, buddy.
Who am I talking to? You're the one with your life on the line.
I need to find Persephone.
Here's the thing. I'm looking for Persephone, but I can't find her anywhere.
Well, I know where she is.
Oh, I'm pretty confident she won't be happy to see me regardless, so...
I like you. But Mother told me what happened at the chorus. I don't want to cause trouble with Persephone.
Would it be a problem?
She's that scary, huh?
It's not that I'm scared of her.
Maybe a little.
Well,
just a little.
You haven't been around long, but once you have, you'll learn that idle grudges are forever.
Great.
What if I could guarantee that there wouldn't be a problem?
Yeah, exactly. How?
First, I'd reassure you that I'm here to work things out with Persephone. I don't want to fight. Second, if that didn't pan out, I'd tell her I lied to you.
Making me the idiot who fell for
Oh, I don't know. I can be tricksy.
Okay.
Oh, it worked.
Fine. When you're ready to see her, you let me know, and I'll take you. Deal?
Deal.
Deal. Cool. Okay. Let's talk to Hermes. We haven't talked to them since the start.
Whoa, you're here. I mean, you gotta be somewhere, but you're here.
Hello, Hermes.
Sorry about running off on you back at the thing. Didn't
Thing.
really have a choice, but sorry anyway.
The thing. So, what's your story?
You're not much like the other idols, are you?
No. I haven't been an idol very long. Maybe like a year. Lost track. So I'm not the one to ask about the idol stuff. It's all cool, but mostly I do whatever Athena asks. Athena says one day I'll sit on the chorus. That'll be sick. Can you imagine me in charge?
I don't want to be mean, but I'll just go this
Wouldn't
route.
Athena still be in charge?
Yeah, you're probably right.
That doesn't bother you?
Why would it? Athena's the nicest of the bunch. She makes the best
Oh,
cookies.
cookies. How did you know Calliope died?
When Calliope died, you were right there, within moments. How did you know?
I told you. I got word, so I came.
But how did you get word?
Look, when an idol dies, I have to be there. So I just know.
Would that be a Hades thing? Would Hades know right away? Sounds grim.
That sounds grim.
It's not so bad. Corone could be less creepy,
No.
though.
Who's Corone?
The boat guy. He keeps asking me for a mixtape. What even is that?
Oh, Shadow's snoring on the couch. That's adorable. How did you become an
You've
idol?
only been an idol for a year? How did that happen?
Probably same way it did with you.
Oh, the old Hermes died in your arms and then they accused you of his murder?
No. Well, yes. I mean, no, not like that. But yeah. I was there when he died.
I'm so
We were
confused.
friends, and I was having trouble at home, and he helped me out. I miss him.
Aw. Is that normal? Why call yourself Hermes? How did he die?
Why do you call yourself Hermes? I mean, I don't call myself Calliope.
You might eventually.
I doubt it.
Most idols do. Not everyone, though, so I
Hmm.
don't know, maybe not you.
What do you know about the
This
murder?
is probably a stupid question, but do you know who might have killed Calliope?
Ugh, why would I know anything about that?
When you came to the apartment, it seemed like you knew her.
Oh no, I only met her once. She didn't live with the rest of the idols or hang out with us very
Hmm.
much. She seemed nice though. Angry, maybe. But I don't know who'd want to hurt her.
Darn. Angry?
How was she angry?
Pissed off. But more because she cared about everyone too much not to be. I don't know, that's what I thought anyhow. I'm probably wrong.
See you later.
I'll see you around.
If you die, then for sure. But, don't die.
Oh, you make me giggle. Talk to Pan. Do I really want to do this? I'm a little intimidated by this one.
As I live and breathe, if it isn't our dear Muse.
Yes, hi, I'm here.
Hi, Pam.
Tell me, have you decided to leave your troubles behind and join us in the land of shadows and revelry?
No. I should go. What are you doing here?
I'm guessing it's a total coincidence that I'm running into you here.
It must be. The alternative would be that I knew a great many things ahead of time.
Well, did you?
Do I look like an oracle? I am here to listen to thrilling music and meet delicious people. My tastes are simple. Speaking of simple tastes, my glass is empty again. The service here is appalling.
You come to the club
I
often?
assume you're a regular at this club?
And why would you assume that, dear Grace?
The horns, you.
The
You know
you.
Persephone well?
There is no knowing Persephone well. She won't have it.
Anymore.
Not anymore?
Long ago, we were all very different. Over the span of ages, however, even mountains erode.
Thanks for the
I should
address.
thank you for the address. It's what led me here.
No need to thank me. You'll owe me.
Yeah, you keep reminding me, yep.
How you managed to stir the sun god from his oh so tiresome gloom, I cannot imagine. Nicely done.
You knew I'd find out?
Did you know Apollo would be at that apartment?
However would I know something like that?
See, you play innocent, but I just don't believe you.
Flatterer.
I don't trust him, that's the thing, but I kind of... I'm just gonna
I
go.
should get going. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
One can only hope.
Talk to Apollo. Yes. Did you get any information?
I thought this would be easier, but it's as if Persephone left instructions to thwart me.
Mm-hmm.
Every staff member I approach screams and runs.
Screams?
I hope your search has been more successful.
I met Eros. Can you tell me about Persephone?
It might help if I knew more about Persephone.
It couldn't hurt. What would you like to know, exactly?
What's Persephone's story?
My Greek mythology is a little rusty, but isn't Persephone the one who was kidnapped?
Yeah.
Oh, you know about that. What else do you know?
She
Just
ate
that Persephone
a
was a sweet
pomegranate
girl, and
or
Hades,
several
Lord of the
seeds.
Underworld, swept her off to the land of the dead.
Without so much as a by your leave, yes.
Also the goddess of spring.
Her mother, Demeter, was so enraged she blanketed the world in ice, rendering it barren and infertile. Zeus was forced to act. He decreed that Persephone would be shared between Demeter and Hades,
Oh,
and thus
Zeus.
the matter was resolved. Well, you
Silence.
asked. That's her story,
As the mortals tell it. How much of that story is true?
So tell me, how much of Persephone's legend is true?
Well, let's see. Hades did kidnap Persephone. That certainly did happen. The idols almost went to war over it until Zeus intervened and ordered Hades and Persephone to wed. That quieted things.
Oh, he's dead.
At least until Persephone killed Hades.
I see. She killed him.
Whoa.
Whoa.
As I understand it, Hades was not kind.
Yeah, fair.
I'd like to say we handled it well. That Zeus and the idols were mindful of what Persephone had been through, but that would be a lie. Persephone was punished for the murder. The underworld taken from her. And we all stood by and let it happen. She has never forgiven us. And honestly,
I understand
I can't
the murderous glares now. Yeah, no, I don't really blame her here.
If I were her, I'd be mad at you all too.
Then you understand why things are different
Yep.
between us.
I get it now. What do I want to do here? I guess we'll
I
treat
thought she was just
this
mad at
one.
me, but everyone seems afraid of Persephone.
Noticed that, did you? Persephone is angry with everyone, and has been for a very long time. I've told you why. But it's more than that.
Doesn't let go of a grudge.
She does not let go of a grudge. 1,000 years could pass, and Persephone will remember what you did like it was yesterday.
Guess we'll
Wait,
do these other
Persephone
ones.
killed another idol.
Oh, long time ago, yeah.
What about all of Athena's rules? Wouldn't Persephone have been, I don't know,
Executed? The murder of Hades is probably why we now have that rule. But back then, we heard Persephone had usurped Hades' throne, but we couldn't believe it. It just wasn't done. Now, of course, I look back and think we should have seen it coming. Oh, the benefit of hindsight.
Why didn't you see it coming? You're the god of prophecy.
When I look, I learned long ago not to.
Huh. What did she do next? Yeah, that's a hell of a thing to go through.
So what happened to Persephone?
Do not blame her.
The murder? She survived, like the rest of us. She got older, and when we came to the new world, I think she would have left us if it was allowed. It isn't, so instead she did as she pleased. She
A cult! A crime boss. Oh god.
Oh, what?
It was after her last transition, but honestly,
Huh.
I have no insight into anything Persephone does these days.
This isn't your kind of place, is it?
You don't come here often, I'm guessing?
Never. I'm sure Persephone only sent the membership as a formality. I doubt she thought I'd ever use it.
Don't you ever have fun? No drinking or dancing in
There's other ways to have fun besides drinking or dancing. I'm just gonna put that out there.
When I had the muses to keep
The muses. I'll keep you company. No. I'm not gonna say that. That's a little presumptuous. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I didn't mean to remind you.
Alright. I'm okay.
I found some help.
I found someone who will bring me to Persephone.
Finally. I'll be right behind you.
You're coming with me? But I thought...
She seems even angrier with you than she is with me. I might be able to mediate.
I'm a little terrified.
We'll see,
Okay.
I guess.
Let's go, I guess. You? I do like the art style a lot. This is nicely done. Dun dun dun. Hey.
If you're angry with anyone, Persephone, be angry with me. It was I.
I will deal with you, lady. I was willing to leave you be, Grace. To wait until your guilt was certain. Yet here you are, in my domain, uninvited. Why? Are you here to beg for mercy?
No.
Are you here to challenge me?
No.
Should I be afraid?
No. I don't want to fight. I have questions.
This isn't a challenge, Persephone. I have questions.
Questions for me? Good. Because I have questions for
you.
Do you really expect us to believe that Calliope chose you? What's the real story? Did you stumble across her as she lay dying and desperate? Are you an accident? Did you learn what she was?
Oh
Did
my
you
God,
torture
so many
her,
assumptions.
hold her at the point of death until she agreed to hand over her eidolon?
Persephone, this isn't...
You have every reason to try to prove your innocence, Grace. But I have no
Oh, boy.
reason to help you.
She lived at your apartment.
You knew Calliope.
We all knew Calliope.
She was staying at your apartment.
You knew her. Better than I or anyone else suspected.
Are you implying that I had something to do with her death?
Prove you didn't. That's how idols work, isn't it?
Oh god. I don't think that went well. Oh? Musical showdown? Oh, let's do this.
You hear that? We're in my house, little muse. You want answers? Fight for them. A lost little girl. You shouldn't have come here. And I sure ain't in the mood to make new friends. Go home, little girl. The shadows drawing near. And you all alone, we both know how this ends. Let's see how far she bends. We all know how this ends.
Oh, that smirk.
Hello?
Hello.
Testing 1, 2, testing 3. Is this thing on? Are you testing me with your coterie, ogling expectantly? Heads up, wrecking me won't come for free. See, it won't be easy, Persephone, when I use the moves I bring blessedly. Shadows don't scare me, see, I'll survive it. Maybe you want to do this in private.
You're lost, little
Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot.
You're wasting our time now. The gall of a squeaking mouse in a lion's den. Give up, little girl.
Never.
The bus home is leaving. Seen it so many times, we all know how this ends.
Fight back, fight back.
We all know how it ends.
Wait, you're she the Persephone? Oh boy, a celebrity dissing me. Now remind me, Peach, of my memory. Sorry, not up on my ancient history. Underworld, now that rings a bell. Was it you who was married to the king of hell?
Oh,
It's
maybe don't
Maisie
bring this
Abel,
up.
so you're his lady?
Oh.
Before my time, because I'm such a
Oh, no. I didn't want that.
Please teach me my ABCs, me. I never featured in Euripides. So where are they now? Wow, look around. You're the big cheese of a hole in the ground.
Oh, not what I thought that would be.
Don't you have any idea what you're dealing with, child? Surprise, surprise. Coins on your eyes. Give them to the ferryman.
Ooh.
Get it in your little head. You're spitting at the queen of the dead.
You're not my queen pea, I'm alive. You got a real life muse in this basement dive. You could use a boost. Should I play a gig? Hey, word of mouth works, Pea. It'll be big.
Get lost, little girl.
I need a room and a rider and a cut of the
You're
bar.
making me
I got needs, you
angry.
see. Say please, I'll bring keys and a couple guitars.
You don't want to know how far we could
We
descend.
having fun yet? I'm sorry, what's up? Let me guess how it ends. Yeah, you already said.
Back off, little girl.
We're young, you're old, we live, you
You're
die.
asking for trouble.
The end, see, that's how time works. Bye-bye.
You wanna push me, so look and see how this ends. How this always
No, this is the way I should have gone, but I'm committed now.
Don't you have any idea how you sound right now? We hear it all the time. The world is full of ghosts, and nothing's ever born.
You're choking on dust down here now. Maybe that's your cue. Time's come to move on. Make space for someone new. Someone not as bored as you. Maybe this new muse will do.
don't use that word.
Uh-oh.
You have no right to use that word. After what you did to her.
I didn't, though.
Why don't I just kill you and wipe the floor with you? Don't use that word. You have to fight to use that word. You don't go in and take, that's your biggest mistake. For Calliope's sake.
You gave a bit, so I will too.
Okay, show's over.
1,000 times.
It's nearly dawn.
The single note should take you down now.
Work lights on.
Without even trying, and you didn't mind. 1,000 times.
What a tonal shift.
One note and suddenly you're home.
But you can't stay
When
here.
you're the song and you're being sung, lullaby from muse. Not an easy thing to lose. Wish I could hear it. Again.
Have we reached an understanding?
No, you've earned your
Oh, phew. Okay. Maybe? Wait, did that go well?
Calliope came to me years ago.
Okay, good.
She'd grown tired of arguing with the idols, tired of being branded a troublemaker. She couldn't watch the idols wither away without a fight. I knew how she felt. So I gave her the apartment.
Still good? Okay, good. Phew. How well did you know her?
So you must know better than anyone what she's been up to.
Not exactly. Calliope and I haven't spoken for at least 2 years.
2 years.
After I heard the news, I went to the apartment and turned
Okay, that was
it
you.
upside down. I had to know the truth.
That was you.
Workout complete. Well
find
done.
anything. Nothing to say what she had been involved with or gotten
It was a
into.
vicious battle, but you emerged victorious. Well done. That tells us a bit.
That means one of two things. Either whatever happened to her was sudden, or it was secret.
I suppose you're right.
Calliope was never one to keep secrets. When she was doing something, everyone knew about it.
None of you were talking to her. Who would she tell?
You're clever. Maybe there's a chance Calliope.
Oh, you like that I'm clever? Finally, I've endeared you
Grace,
a little
that
bit.
means someone else was behind Calliope's death. Someone who could keep their involvement hidden.
One of us.
Must it be an idol?
Does it have to be an idol? You thought I killed Calliope. Couldn't it have been some other mortal?
Despite how he might look, it's not a simple matter to kill an idol.
It was difficult enough to believe you had done it.
Thanks.
Another mortal killed her. They somehow escaped detection. We found nothing, no evidence of a battle.
You looked?
Of course we looked. What do you think was happening while you waited? If Calliope was attacked elsewhere, even magic revealed no trace of it.
Magic. Did Calliope have enemies? I mean, if they haven't really talked for 2 years, she probably wouldn't know. Did you say magic?
Wait. Did you say magic?
You can battle me through a song in a world of your own creation. And yet magic is beyond belief?
Well, sure. I just thought...
We have our powers just as you have yours.
I can grow a field of corn like nobody's business.
Okay, you're growing
Some
on
would
me.
say our powers are also magic, but true magic is a different and older.
Oh.
Hecate's domain.
Yeah.
And it was of no use here.
We shouldn't rule it out. We haven't tried everything yet.
Did Calliope have enemies?
Did
I guess I'll do
Calliope
that.
have any enemies? The way you talk about her, she must have. What? What am I missing?
Oh.
Calliope had a way of making people angry. She could be...
Argumentative.
Yes, but enough to make enemies who wanted her dead?
Not that you or I know of, apparently, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist.
Yeah, tell me more about Pan, please.
What about Pan? He showed up at my place out of nowhere, right after I left the chorus.
He did what?
I have to wonder what his angle is.
He has one, that's for certain. Though I've never thought of him as a killer. It would be too... messy.
Still, we should consider the idea. For him to show up so quickly is... odd.
Don't really want to do any of these, to be honest. Can I just, like, not choose one? No, okay. Both still suspects. Shouldn't we tell Athena? Could Athena be the killer? It's like we're finally vibing. I don't want to turn accusatory, but maybe they'll be like, oh, you're using your brain to not rule us out yet, so maybe they'll respect me for that. I want to hear what they think about Athena, so let's do this one.
Couldn't we go to Athena with this? If you've changed your minds and you're both part of the chorus...
Athena would be sympathetic, but the die has been cast.
I see.
She won't go back on the edict, not without clear evidence.
Oh, now you want evidence.
She acted on the information she had. If we want to sway her, we need something better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know the idols. Don't you have any ideas?
I told you I wouldn't be of much help, Grace.
Did you now? That's unsurprising. When are you ever of help to anyone but yourself?
Says the woman who forced Grace to challenge her rather than answer a simple question.
Calliope died, Apollo. Calliope, who came with us all the way from the old world.
You think I don't know that? Are you forgetting what the muses meant to me?
Please don't fight. Please don't fight. No, 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 no. Yeah, stop fighting.
Stop it!
It's not helping anything.
Stop fighting! Is this what the idols are like? You just what? Live forever and never get over anything?
Yeah.
Super. Becoming a god was such a gift. Wow.
Sing it out. Sing out your sorrows. Bare your soul.
I'm listening now. Tell us what and you were doomed to.
Calliope, blinded by fire, one match did you strike that consumed you.
How could you blame her? What could she have done to earn such a fate? You are blinded.
God of the sun hides from his own eyes. What would you know about fate?
You say that you knew her, she was family to us, yet you don't hesitate to accuse her. Oh, queen without a throne, go bitter with fury. Not everyone seeks to betray you.
Stop this.
Something missing, we're blinded to.
Yes, there's more to seek.
Apollo, your help is not needed here. Go ahead and abandon another muse.
How could you throw that gauntlet at me? Could your heart shrivel any further?
Guys, please.
You abandoned me to a terrible fate.
You replay your injuries
It's
till
far
it's
too
too
late.
late.
You know how far I've been before I
Trapped.
snapped.
This isn't
I'm done.
about you. Enough! This helps no one.
There he is, god of the sun.
Apollo, for my sake, take a deep breath. I need your help,
Ooh, well said.
not your anger.
Well said.
These old wounds, they distract and blind you. You can't see yourselves.
He doesn't know what's important.
And you do?
Oh no.
Follow him.
I didn't want to do either of those. Oh no. Oh no.
Now that Apollo isn't sucking all the oxygen out of the room.
Oh, that felt bad. Uh-oh, connecting to chat again. What is up with my chat today? This is so weird. It's connecting. Hang on. OBS, why is this happening? Hang on, folks. It's never done this before. That's really weird. Okay, let me... try again. Okay, it looks like it's back. We're gonna wrap up soon. I'm gonna see if I can figure out why that's happening. That's so weird. Okay, was all that necessary?
Was all that really necessary? His reaction wasn't great, but you did provoke him.
It wasn't my finest moment, but you saw how he transformed.
Tell me more about
Apollo
that.
likes to pretend he's not the man he used to be, but behind that sad facade.
Oh, you sound like Dimitri.
I remember.
Test. Okay, that came through too. Thank
The
you.
problem you present is a sticky one. If an idol is behind Calliope's death, they're clever. I need time to formulate a plan.
Tell me what I should do. Or should I ask? I don't want to like pry too much because I feel like we're at an understanding now. Working lurking now. Oh, all the best with your shift, Savage. Thank you for
What
the
should
lurk.
I do while you're formulating? I don't like sitting on my hands.
Yeah, I've noticed. If you wish to keep busy, burn down the city.
Burn down the city?
Start a revolution.
What?
Become a terror, the
No.
likes of which mortals only dream.
Really?
No.
Okay, good.
Go home. Be patient. When you see me next, I'll have a better idea of what to do.
Okay, bye. Ooh, we got to Act 2. Okay, that's a good place to stop then. I assume that's like the autosave. So is this where we're gonna stop? I think this is where we should probably stop. The heat and high humidity of the south is trying to steam me like some crab legs. Oh no, Savage, I'm so sorry. The south do be like that. I hope you get some reprieve from the heat soon. And especially the humidity. The humidity is what makes it awful. Okay, so I think that auto saves, right? So I should hopefully, fingers crossed if it doesn't glitch, because I know that's been happening, we should have this save point now. Let's maybe just check in on our journal entries real quick, and then we will wrap it up after that. This is fascinating. I'm so invested. We did that. Apparently, after years of arguing with the idols and making everyone angry, Calliope finally left Olympus, and that's when she became friends with Persephone, who gave her the apartment. However, Persephone says they haven't spoken in 2 years, so she doesn't know what Calliope's been doing lately either. I ran into none other than Hermes at the underworld. I'm pretty sure they didn't follow me there. They were just vibing. You know, for an idol, they don't seem that bad. They answered one question, at least, about how they showed up at the apartment so quickly. Apparently, when an idol dies, Hermes has to be there. Whoever Hermes is at the time, I guess? They were kind of closed-mouthed about it, but they just know. Strange story, but what else is new? Would you believe Hermes has only been an idol for a year or so? They talk a lot about the old Hermes, so I guess they must have gone through something like me. They were there when the old Hermes died, and his eidolon passed on to them. How often does that happen, I wonder? Okay, I'm curious to run into Aphrodite at some point. Okay, we did this one. Did this one. Wow, seeing Apollo and Persephone biting each other's heads off was really eye-opening. Do all the idols hold grudges against each other like this? If so, it's no wonder one of them got murdered. Apollo brought me to see Persephone, but who do you think almost tanked the entire thing? That's right, he did. He got all big and angry like he was about to start hurtling thunderbolts, and stormed out of the underworld like an angry child. I still can't believe it. I can. Athena. Nothing else on you? Okay. Apollo gave me the lowdown on Persephone. Apparently the whole story about how she was kidnapped by Hades, Lord of the Underworld, is more or less true. He made Persephone his bride against her will, and the other idols did squat to stop it. What the stories don't mention is how she later killed Hades and took his throne, only to have that throne taken away by the other idols as punishment for the murder. Persephone's pretty pissed about it still, and honestly, who wouldn't be? Things got ugly between Apollo and Persephone pretty quickly, until Apollo stormed out and I let him go. I mean, sure, 2 minutes before, Persephone wanted my head on a platter, but now she was willing to help. Isn't that what he brought me here for? So she's my new ally now, I suppose. She says that if an idol is really behind Calliope's death and was able to cover up their involvement, finding them might be difficult. Which, you know, great. I actually ran into Pan again at the underworld, just by coincidence, so he says, hanging around in the very place his tip eventually led me to. Granted, the underworld is his kind of place, but what are the odds? Neither Apollo nor Persephone seem to consider Pan much of a suspect. He's not a murderer, according to them, even though his sudden involvement is really suspicious. I met Eros, the god of sex, just hanging around in the underworld, looking like a Turkish wrestler taking a quick break from his BDSM dungeon. I mean, I think that summarizes it, doesn't it? He was nice enough, if kind of wrapped up in his own problems. Hardly seems the killer type, but what do I know? Eros agreed to help me find Persephone. She either didn't know I was at the club or was avoiding me. That place is huge. After I convinced him, I can make sure Persephone didn't blame him for it. Not that I'm sure I can. Frankly, I don't think he was all that convinced either. He just found me amusing, I guess. Excuse me. Steamed Savage coming soon. Phew, okay, there we go. Well, folks, that was our introduction to Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. I really enjoyed that. I'm fascinated. It's interesting how you can kind of change the musical as you go along, and there's kind of different, what's the word I'm looking for? Not personalities, but different approaches you can take. And I don't know how mine are going to play out, but so far I think we're doing okay. I don't know how many, like, endings or varieties there are, but I really like the concept. I'm having a good time. So we will definitely be playing more of these. Hopefully my save file is kind to me and does not die. It is fascinating. Yeah, I really like this. And the songs have been good. The voice acting's been really interesting. I am struggling with the audio balance a bit, but I don't know how much that's coming through on the stream side of things, so we'll do our best with that. But yeah, I'm hoping I might even play another stream later tonight if I still have spunk and if Kitty's doing well, but if not today, then I do plan to be back tomorrow to do part 2. And again, I think they said it was like 6 to 8 hours, so I imagine we'll get at least 3, maybe 4 if I do 2 hours each time. 3 streams out of that. I wish I could unsend that message. Oh god. Clarification. On that note, my friends, we need to find somebody to raid. Who is online right now? We've got Ashua and Eckhard playing some retro. Brad Harmar is playing Banished. Drumjot is doing some Chrono Trigger. Who else is on? Cumberdanes is also doing retro. Lots of retro folks today. We've got Temp Felix with Celeste. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of people online. I'll pause. Does anyone have some raid recommendations first? We'll start there. And it is 4 o'clock. I need to get food. What am I doing for dinner tonight? I should go to the store, I guess. I don't want to leave Kitty alone yet. Ooh, Podgy is playing Palia. I've been hearing a lot about that. Or is it? Yeah, Palia. I've heard good things so far. Okay, so we've got that. You would like to see Celeste. Okay, we can go say hi to Temp Felix. I haven't raided out there. Have I ever raided out there? If I have, it's been a long time. Let me take a look here. Okay, I don't see any other inputs, so yeah, so long we don't remember. It's been so very, very long. Okay, I am down for that, so let me actually just get my phone up and ready. I'm glad my stream didn't die. I saw it turn red for a second there and I was like, oh god, here it comes. I don't know why it's been doing that lately. Okay, Twitch. Plug my headphones in. There's no mic, so if folks just want to go and see Celeste, that's an option, but if you're wanting dialogue, I'll just flag there's no mic. So if you're still cool with that, we'll go there, but if folks want to Let's see, are they chatting in chat? Chat. You do, excellent. All right, we shall proceed then. Looks like, oh, been live for 8 minutes, so just started. Excellent. Okay, let me get the raid running. Oh god, I can't type. Okay, well thanks everybody for hanging out, checking out this fascinating game with me. I am really looking forward to playing more, but just in case I'm not on later, I will wish you all a great rest of the day. And until next time, my friends, we'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye!